Can y'all hear me now? Oh gosh. No audio still? Yes, there's audio. Fantastic. Yeah, I have an issue with disconnecting my headset when I'm done driving, so whenever I do this, that happens all the time. So, welcome back. I apologize, but as I said in the beginning of that live, exactly what I was afraid of happening always freaking happens. So, it is what it is. I forgot what I was talking about though for sure. But welcome back. I apologize for the inconvenience and having to start a whole nother freaking live. But gotta do what you gotta do. So learning lesson for me, which now I need to make sure that I thought I turned you off. Make sure that I always start on my phone or just go live from my phone instead of trying to use my computer, which is cool. What lanes am I running right now? I am running anywhere that pays well. It's like I'm not keeping myself in a certain lane. I just excuse me. There's just I just go wherever the money is, honestly. I don't have a significant lane that I drive in. Where in Canada did I go? I went to Ontario. So I came in from New York, from Toronto, and drove to Amherstburg, which is basically in the American direction, is from New York to Michigan. So I just drove from the east side of Ontario to the west side of Ontario, which is really cool. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to Toronto. Well, I drove through Toronto, or not through. I drove around Toronto. I couldn't quite go because some inclement weather, which you'll see on the video. But I actually got caught in a bit of quite a bit of snow and ice. So I was trying to beat the storm, but the storm ended up beating me. So I kind of got stuck a little bit. But that's where I was in Canada. I did get some currency though to keep that. I think it's somewhere on the truck somewhere, like some Canadian dollars. It's somewhere. Is there a timeline for the W9 and tanker division? W9 as in the truck, or W9 as in the tax form, and then well, I can't do tanker division anymore because I'm no longer with Prime, and Landstar doesn't have a tanker division. Matt Cardinal, what's going on from Washington? Good evening, man. Again, if you're just now coming back or tuning in for the first time, I apologize. This is the second live. The first live cut out because internet sucks. So that's kind of what happens. But I'm gonna make sure when I do lives, because I am gonna start doing lives again more often, I'm gonna make sure that I use my phone. Let's see. Ooh, good lord. See, and this is why I don't like using my phone, because then I get lost on the comments. Let's hit the thumbs up, take two. Oh, thanks, Bill. I really appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Adam? What's going on, man? I'll be in Canada for my home time in January. Oh, really? What part of Canada? Are you building any relationships with a preferred broker yet? Here and there, I am. Here and there, I'm kind of building relationships. Like, I have a couple of agents that I keep on retainer, if you will, and hopefully I'm putting on my iPad to hopefully follow along with comments on that, because it's a whole lot easier. I keep quite a few agencies on my contact list, to make sure that, you know, if I'm in a certain area, especially if I liked how they run, I'll make sure I call them to make sure, you know, see if they have a load. Let's see, live chat, so much easier. As far as a preferred broker or preferred agency that I solely run with, no, not yet, or not at this time, rather. Let's see. Just wanted to pop in and say what's up, chilling at home. What's going on, Trekker E? Enjoy some home time for me. Everybody that's home for the holidays, happy holidays to you. I will not be one of those people. I will be out on the road. Checking in from Newport News, Virginia. What's going on, D Nice? How do you feel about mega carriers switching to self-driving trucks? Good luck. We can't even get self-driving cars for personal use, so I highly doubt self-driving trucks are coming anytime soon. Not a whole lot, man. Been pretty crazy with the weather here we had in Arkansas. Arkansas had weather recently. I know Kentucky had that crazy tornado last week. I guess that was part of Arkansas too, huh? Was that last week you guys had that weather? Who said megas were going to self-driving trucks? Mega carriers are starting to invest into mega carrier or self-driving. They're investing into the research. The last headline I kind of read. I don't know. I think that was CR England. I think. I don't know. I don't really want to get into all that. That's more on the political side of stuff, and I don't really do politics. Let's see. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada is one of my favorite spots in Canada. I'm there all the time. For real? Dang. I need to go to Canada when you go to Canada. It's the last until end of lease, and the big move hopefully happens. Keep me posted. Keep me posted. Can we get a video of you working the low board and showing you how to showing how you negotiate with the agents? Maybe. It's a loaded question at this present moment. I can't go into detail yet though. I'll put a maybe on that. I know I did do that one live that's not posted. I still have it, but of me going through the load board. But as far as working, live phone calls with the agents, I don't really do that. I don't really have a reason not to though. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll put a pin in that. Maybe. I'll maybe do that. Last week it was the same tornado. Yeah, I thought it was the same tornado. Arkansas had the dual tornado. Y'all had 2 tornadoes in Jonesboro? Good lord. They can't even get the adaptive cruise radar to run currently. I'm telling you, because the radar on this truck is probably the worst feature I have. It's probably the only feature I hate about this truck, honestly. It's just the freaking radar. I miss my town. It missed my town about half a mile away. Dang, you got lucky. Twisted Big D, what's going on, man? Oh, look, I told you yesterday, you're not. The voice crack? How old am I? Dude, you're not. I'd rather watch. If anyone else goes live, I tend to not go live, which has been the case for quite a while. Because every time I'm like, okay, you know what, I should really go live, and then like Driver Lineup goes live, or like Twisted Big D goes live, or Travis goes live, and I was like, I'm not going live. Like, I'd much rather like watch someone else, even though I really should, it's my, I should really take care of my channel too. But I'd rather watch someone else go live than for me to go live. But that's going to change. I'm going to start going live more often because I like sitting here and having interactions with you guys. So, and I said it on my last video before I continue reading comments. I said it on my last video, or the last live a minute ago, and I'm just going to say it again. Like, I really can't thank you guys and appreciate all of you guys for 3,500 subscribers, man. Like, that blows my mind that my channel has grown this large. So like, I really want to thank each and every one of you. I'm going to make a video about it, but I just wanted to mention it, and I really appreciate y'all following me on my journey. It means a lot. Like my I'm not gonna say my buddy, but like my boy George caught me at Love's last night, and like in a field island, and he came up, he was like, hey man, tell me he appreciated me putting out content and stuff like that. Like, it means the world to me when you guys come up and like, catch me anywhere really. It means the world to me, like meeting up with you guys and like, putting a name with a face sometimes, or even if I don't know, your YouTube name, just to be able to talk to you guys in person is like, it's really cool to me. I think it's a really cool thing. And I'm gonna get straight up on the comments. By the way, I finally got my CDL permit Saturday. Yes, congratulations, man, congratulations. I'll shoot you a pic on Facebook. So, funny thing about Facebook, I don't have Facebook on my phone anymore. So if you shoot me a Facebook Messenger, I'll get it. But anything else dealing with Facebook, I don't see anymore. So I'm trying to, like, I've distanced myself from Facebook because I noticed I was spending an exuberant amount of time on on Facebook when I'm supposed to be sleeping, like right now. So I took it off my phone. So, but if you send me a Facebook Messenger, I'll get it. If not, send it to me on Instagram. And I cannot remember my Instagram name. It is in my description though. I can't remember my Instagram name. I think it's, I don't know what my Instagram name is. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Am I staying out of Colorado? Yes. Does it have anything to do with the recent events of Colorado? No. I generally dislike just going to Colorado in general. But, you know, even more of a reason not go to Colorado. However, I've slowly noticed that the rates are going up for Colorado. So, to my little brother, if you're watching this, yeah, you were right. Because he called me on it last week when I was in Canada, and he's like, "Are the rates are higher, right?" And I'm like, "No, they look the same." And I've noticed this week, and I was like, "Oh wow, they are changing." So if you're watching this, you're right. But no, I'm still not going to Colorado. Can you deactivate that now that you're out of Prime? Is it the radar? Are you asking about the radar? I think. Let me see. What's your... Yeah. So no, I can't deactivate the radar because that's not a Prime. Well, it's not a Prime thing. It's a Volvo thing. And in order for them to fix it or deactivate it, they have to uninstall it from my truck and then send it off to Europe and then send it back. And they basically, you know, because of customs right now and the, you know, the pandemic, there's like, what I think the last quote that I got, it was going to take about 2.5 months for me to get that back. And with my radar being gone from my truck, and my truck won't run without it because it'll throw a bunch of codes because something's missing from my computer. So I don't want to be down for 2.5 months. So I just kind of deal with it. Let's see. And hope you and the family have a Merry Christmas. I hope your family has a Merry Christmas as well. And same to you. Thank you very much. I will be on the road for Christmas, but you know, life of a truck driver, it's okay. How much experience does Landstar require for you to drive for them? 1 year. 1 year experience. Last I checked. It might still be 1 year, but last I checked, it was 1 year experience. You're big time. Great channel, and you work so hard on it. I appreciate that, Twisted. I don't know about big time, but I'm just a normal guy with a camera. But I appreciate it, man. I try and do what I can. I wish I could be more... I want to say interactive, but that's not the right word. I wish I could be more... I can't think of the word. Sorry, I'm really tired. I wish I could be more hands-on with my YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I had more time to sit down and draft up videos and like make plans and stuff, and like actually sit down and edit videos the way I want to. Like, if I had more time to spend on YouTube, I feel like I could do a whole lot more. But because I'm obviously running a business, I can't really... I can spend some time on it like I can now, but I wish I could just do more, if that makes any sense. Let's see. I lost my track. Let's see. Have my experience. Okay, big time. We appreciate you giving us the knowledge. I just got my permit and getting in the truck game because of your content. Aw, thanks, D-Nice. Ironically, that's very nice of you. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. Like, it means the world to me that people are changing their lives based off of, you know, me or Twisted Big D or Travis or No Luck Trucking or Driver Lineup or No Hippie Trucking Transportation. Like, anyone from YouTube, you know, is like, I understand YouTube is more like a research engine now, and it means the world to me that you guys are able to change your lives because of some videos I put out. That's awesome, man. So I'm really proud of you, and I hope you continue growing, man. I really do. Do I have to change from super single to duels if I get on with Landstar? Nope. Completely up to you. Oh, okay. So my Instagram handle is Johnson_logic. Thank you very much, Sister BD. I don't drive, so your content makes me appreciate the life. Much respect for all truckers. I really appreciate that, Bill. I've really been thinking of like days that I'm just driving and just setting up my camera, you know, like the same vantage point that my time-lapse videos are for. I've been thinking about like just setting up my camera and just going live and just kind of like, well, obviously I can't read chat and drive, but you know, just have just like a, for people who like watch stuff that, I don't know how to better explain that at all. I'm just kind of rambling. But like if I were to be driving in real time on the road and I'll set my camera up and go live and like, here, this is the road that I see. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know. M Hopper, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? How much are you averaging at Landstar? That's a loaded question. I mean, take home at a minimum, I direct deposit around $5,000 to my bank every week. So I guess that would be my average. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't keep as much. Oh, man, Twisted Big D, that's awesome, man. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. That's awesome. That's super cool. Thanks so much for that, man. I think that's my average. Like, I keep my same kind of finance report. Kind of. It's far less because Landstar does it for me. So the numbers that I used to run at Prime, or the spreadsheets I used to run at Prime, I don't have to do that here at Landstar because Landstar runs that report for me. So everything that I kept track on my spreadsheet, Landstar does it for me outside of fuel cost. So fuel cost I still keep track of, but everything else Landstar tracks it for me, so I don't have to do it. So if I were to go on my Landstar portal and pull it up, I'll be able to answer that question, what my average is. But off the top of my head, I mean, it's about 5,000 a week for the most part. I got lost. How much are you averaging? Cool. Merry Christmas to you, Hopper. Thank you, and you're very welcome, sir. You're welcome, and thank you. Now that you are on a low board, are you getting home more or route you by the house often? Yes. So I go home very often. So like when I first started, so I've been at Landstar 6 months. For like those first 4 months, I was home like every other week. So I literally go out for a week and then come home for a week. And then I'll go out for like a week and a half and I'll come home for 2 weeks. Then I'll go out for a week and a half or 2 weeks and I'll come home for 2 weeks. So like I've been here 6 months, but in actuality, I probably physically actually worked like 3.5 months. So I go home a lot, or I used to go home a lot. So now I'm actually staying out longer and like actually running the truck. Like, I think to put it into perspective, I was always home before I recapped the hours from the previous week. So now I run recaps. Like, I'm on recaps now, and this is probably the 3rd time I've actually ran into my own recap since I've been here at Landstar. So I go home very often. Let's see. You see me out there? I'm running during Christmas also. Then I'll see you on the road, brother. I'm out here. I'll be here. I'll be out until next week. So next week I have to go home because I have to get my windshield replaced. So yeah, there's that. And I don't want to incriminate myself, so I'll stop that story right there. I just hit record and start talking. Oh, about YouTube channel? Yeah, me too. Well, yeah, I do too. I usually just hit record, and then as I'm filming, it'll come in my mind like what I should actually talk about. So like I just go, like, I'll record as I go and like, okay, this would be a good title for the video as long as I talk about this, and then I'll start talking about it, and then like, oh, if I cut it here and then start over here or add a time lapse, you know, it's like a whole process, but the process happens as I'm recording the video. I've been meaning to ask you, can you send me your Prime referrals? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think so. Volvo gang, what's going on, Jasmine? See? Volvo stick together. That Volvo is super fast on time lapse. Yeah, it is. I mean, everything's fast if you're used to going 65 miles an hour. So, you know, I mean, no shade to any Prime drivers or anyone that's governed. There's no shade. All I'm saying is there's a difference between 65 and 70, and I noticed that now. So now every person that I used to jump out in front of that was doing the speed limit, and I'm like, okay, well, this guy is going slower than 62 and I'm doing 65. Any person that I used to jump out in front of and they were doing 70, I understand that pain they felt now, because man, that happens so often. Like, it happens an insane amount of time. Like, if you're just minding your own business, doing the speed limit, like, y'all can tell from my time lapses, I stay in the right lane. For whatever reason, I'm switching to the left lane, it's because I'm about to pass somebody. But when I switch to the left lane and then the person I'm passing switches in front of me, and I'm like, I'm passing you, you're the one going, it's a whole thing. So like, all the people I jumped in front of when I was doing 65, I'm sorry. If you're seeing this, I apologize, because that's some real hurt right there. It's so much wasted fuel. Anyway, catch up on comments. I see I'm getting behind real fast. Do I ever go home? Yes, all the time. $5,000 for how many miles would you say you average? It really depends, but I depending on where I am, I usually don't go over 2,000 to 2,300 miles. Yeah, probably around 2,000, 2,500 miles. Like, since I've been at Landstar, I've legitimately only put 50,000 miles on my truck. Like, I don't go anywhere. Like, I don't drive that far. So, 'cause I'm pretty sure when I left Prime, I had 328,000 miles on my truck or something like that, and I'm at 386 or 387,000 miles now. So I don't drive that far. Plus, I go home all the time. So, no luck trucking. What's going on, man? Dang, got the big times in here. I'm banking over at Landstar. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy at Landstar. I can definitely say that for sure. Josiah, what's going on? Can you book your own loads with Prime or run under their authority? No. You cannot. I'm running the 26 hard. So I'm assuming you're at home. So you like Landstar more than Prime, because I was going to drive for Prime, then come to Landstar. I do like Landstar more than Prime, but it's not because Prime's a bad company. It's because that Landstar has what I was looking for and Prime didn't. So my personal opinion is I like Landstar more than Prime. However, I like Prime because they did exactly what I needed them to do. They provided me the means of training. They provided me with my CDL. I got all of my experience, made my mistakes that I needed to mistake. I made the mistakes that I was going to make while learning. I'd rather do it on someone else's dime than my own dime. So I appreciated my time at Prime, and it led me to where I am today. So I don't have it. I mean, of course, I have like some bad things to say about Prime, but there's more good things to say about Prime than bad things. Like, I think in the 2.5 years I was there, I only made like 3 negative videos about them. So yeah. I'm thinking about going with Swift as a startup company to get my experience, because they have a terminal in Richmond, Virginia, which is only an hour away from me. What's your honest opinion on Swift? I don't have an opinion on Swift. I wish they would stay in the right lane more often. But as far as their work ethic, or, you know, like their loads, and I don't know anything about Swift outside of I see them a lot. That's it. And I do understand that every Swift driver is not a bad driver. I get that. but you know, it's better to go slow because save money on fuel. Ironically enough, we're legal. I maintain about 70 miles an hour, and I burn the same amount of fuel I did at Prime. So, I mean, going slow, like, I understand that, but also, like, my fuel costs I had at Prime, I'm literally buying the same amount of fuel here. So it's not really that much different. But that's just my experience, in my personal opinion. Like, if going slower saves other people money, great. Doesn't save me any money though. And I value my time more than I value burning, you know, 56 more cents in fuel a week. So that's just me. Travis out there driving at 62, saving fuel. I know. Oh, like, trust me, for that video, he was doing 62 to get there, but once he got that load, trust me, he did the speed limit. It's a whole different beast when you can do the speed limit. I would like to do 70 to pass at least. I said the same thing when I was at Prime. When I signed my contract to be a true owner, I'm like, can I at least get a bump at, you know, at all? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I wish, you know, if there was a way to, like, just get a higher speed for a little bit of time, you know what I mean? Like, just to get around someone, I feel like, well, no, I wouldn't have stayed at Prime. But I know some people would stay at Prime if that was the case. This video is not brought to you by Essentia, okay? I'm not being sponsored, paid, or endorsed. I just really like Essentia water. Alright, bro, thanks for the info. Hopefully I'll be at Landstar soon. Be safe out there on the road. I'll be working through Christmas and New Year too. So I am working through Christmas, but not through New Year. Unfortunately, I have to get the windshield replaced, and then it's got to set for like 2 days, I think is what they said. Which my appointment for the windshield is the 29th, so I'll be at home for the New Year's. Prime is a startup company. As a business, you have to move on because there's not much more room to grow. Nail on the head right there. Thanks, you're welcome. Time is money. The less time you use for one load gives you more time availability of the next load. Absolutely. So if I've got more time on my clock because I did 70 instead of 65, that's a whole nother load. Like, okay, at Prime, I could understand their logic between 65 and 62. If you want to go slower, yes, you burn more time, but the time you save, you can fit another load. You know, I get that. But another load, in Prime's eyes, you know, it could be, you know, anywhere between $400 and, you know, like $1,500, $2,000, whatever the case may be for another load. And so I kind of get, you know, I kind of get that. So obviously money is money, but like over here, trust me, I value my time a whole lot more. And even with that, I make a whole lot more money doing a whole lot less work and going a whole lot faster. You know what I mean? So it's like, I enjoy my time at Landstar. Crap. I like to say with Prime, if I didn't feel rushed to get back on the road whenever I go home, plus all the hands in the pot here. I'm not gonna get into the I'll leave that one alone. I just watched you on No Luck Trucking stream. Oh, for real? Oh, you did put out a video today. I have to go watch that. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet. Do you still truck through Arkansas? Yes, I do actually. What's going on, Hearthstoner? Good evening. Happy holidays to you guys. Your loads probably average less in weight at Landstar versus Prime. Yes. I can probably out of all the loads that I've taken, I've probably taken loads that weighed over 35,000 pounds. Maybe about 20, maybe 30% of the time I'm here. Usually I'm hauling less than 35,000 pounds at any given time here at Landstar. My current load, for example, is 13,000 pounds. My last load was 35, And the load before that, 2,000 pounds. Load before that, was it 17 or 18,000 pounds? Like I don't have to haul heavy loads here. Like I don't specifically look for light loads. I just happen to be in the right area. So I don't haul heavy at all. So I don't like Arkansas. Oh, why not? Well, in your case, you're out of Springfield, so I'm sure you go there a lot. I don't really mind Arkansas. I don't like the back highways of Arkansas, but I still do them, you know, except that one. I think it's 97, I think, in Arkansas. There's an Arkansas highway that goes up through the mountain area, and it's like real curvy, and there's no reason a truck and trailer should be back there, but it's still, you know, a truck route for whatever reason. I will never take that route again, though. Cool if you go through Pocahontas. I'll look you up. I go through there quite often, actually. I forgot what I had filmed, so I was surprised when I edited today. Oh, was it when we were sitting in messing with Liz about the hood, the engine hood? Hi, Liz. Let's see. I got lost. For Swift's humor on YouTube, yes. Arkansas ain't too bad. Then again, I'm biased because I live here. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't really have an issue with Arkansas. 27. That's it. Arkansas 27. I don't know what that says. Oh, what up? I see. I was trying to like understand what your first message said, Paper Chase, and I was like, I think you were trying to say what's up. What's up? I was trying to read that and I couldn't get it. I apologize. 62 from Harrison to Eureka Springs is barely even a truck route, which I'll never take that one again. 62. I don't know 62. I knew someone was going to call this phone. Is it important? Nope, I can call them back. That's probably annoying. Hold on. Ugh. Good Lord. All right, let's see. That's the part Prime doesn't tell you. They say go slow and save money on fuel, but most loads are max weight. So yeah, they actually had an issue with me. Issue's probably a strong word, but they definitely had a problem with me in the Ace 2 class when I averaged 65, but I had the best net fuel costs in the entire class. So, you know, she wasn't too thrilled to go over my numbers, but you know, if you know how to buy fuel, you keep your net fuel costs down. Yeah, about the hood. Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was it. US 65 from I-40 to Prime 1. I don't mind 65. I don't mind 64 for that matter. Glad you're doing well. I'm still in CDL school here in Atlanta, and I've gotten all my maneuvers down pretty good, except that alley dock. How long are you gonna be at that school in Atlanta? Because I'll be in Atlanta next week. Life of Murph, what's going on? Happy holidays to you as well. Happy holidays to everyone who's here. If you're at home with your family, I'm so glad. I'm choosing to be out for Christmas, and you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. I enjoy being out for the holidays, especially in situations like this, because everyone goes home for the holidays, and that means whatever loads are on the load board, they need moved, and I have all the negotiating power. Like, I got an extra $1,000 on my current load because it's a holiday load. So I'm glad that you guys are home for the holidays. It means more money for me. Did you finish your lease with Prime, or did you take your truck to Landstar? I did not finish my lease with Prime. I purchased my truck from Prime and brought it to Landstar. 62 cuts through Green Forest, Eureka Springs, and over to Rogers, Fort Smith here. Yeah, I do. I know 62. That's the one. Yeah, the Ace 2 class is something. It's okay. Let me take that back. Ace 2 at Prime is informational for someone who isn't really sure what they're looking at on their settlements. Now, for someone like me, it was a waste of time, and you know, it's basically just a free truck deferment. So, it is what it is. Been watching you since around November 2020. Decided to retire from my current career and begin driver apprentice program at FedEx in a few weeks, and you were definitely an influence. Oh man, thank you so much, VG. First of all, I love FedEx. November 2020. God, you've been around for a while, man. That makes me so happy, man. Like I'm glad that I was able to influence you, and for you to have a change of career. I'm hoping that everything works out for you, and it's one of the best decisions you ever made. Hopefully, you know. And you know, even if it doesn't work out, you know, I hope things go extremely well for you. I think that's so cool, though. Though I am curious what a driver apprentice program is. Could you enlighten me on that? How much did you pay for your truck at Prime? I paid 82 or 87. I want to say I paid 82,000. I want to say I paid 82,000 for this truck. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 82,000. Give us 2 good agent codes. I see what you did there. So I got one better for you. So I got a list of agent codes from the orientation center I can give out. Actually, none of these are really good. 2 good agency codes that I look at. I look at VAN and I can't remember the second one. I know the agency name, but I don't know their code. They're a newer agency, and they run the Southeast region. I really like working with them. They actually called me earlier today, and I was really sad I couldn't take their load because I have to be in Atlanta, and they were trying to get me to go to California. And it paid well, but I got an appointment in Atlanta, so. And I don't want to say the agency name because then I'm giving away my lanes. Let's see. It would cost much more than that in the New American. You're talking about my truck? TXP agency code. Who's TXP? How long did it take to get your truck? Well, oh, excuse me. How long did it take to get my truck? Like, what do you mean by that? How long did it take to get my truck? Like, I mean, it was just on the list of trucks from what's that leasing company at Prime? Oh my God. Success Leasing. It was on the available trucks list for Success Leasing. So I actually had a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. It was white before I got this, but I traded in my Freightliner for this truck because I've always wanted a Volvo 860. So once this became available, I was coming in to upgrade one of my students, Patrick. I was coming in to upgrade Patrick, and literally this truck popped up as I was rolling into the yard, and I immediately got on the list. There was one person looking at the truck because they didn't currently have a truck, so they looked at it, and they saw some mirror damage, and they were like, nope, I don't want it. And that's how I got my truck. And I got the mirror damage fixed that same day. I took it over to Volvo and fixed it. So I got lucky with this truck, and now I own it. So oh yeah, absolutely. Like, the value of my truck is almost double now what I paid for my truck. Like, my truck right now, with the amount of miles and with me keeping up on maintenance and no idle time on this truck, or basically no idle time on this truck, like, my truck is currently valued at $150,000. $151,000 or $147,000 right now. So if I decide to sell my truck today, I would make a profit, a killer profit. So, but I like my truck, so until I find a truck better suiting my needs, yeah, I'm gonna stay in this truck because I love my truck. Let's see. Oh yeah, pedigree was the other one. But yeah, Success Leasing was where I was looking for. There's pedigrees to buy the old trucks. If I was looking for a second truck, I would look into pedigree. I honestly would. I saw you admiring that Peterbilt. All right, let's relax. I am not getting a Peterbilt. You know, funny story, and I was just telling Matt, No Luck Trucking this as well. Like, I don't remember why I don't like Peterbilts. Like, I've literally been saying it so long, I literally cannot remember why I don't like Peterbilts. But I know for a fact I would never drive one. And I don't have a reason not to. I just I just don't like Peterbilt. Like, I've been saying it so long, it's now ingrained. It's a part of who I am now. So I don't like Peterbilts. Now y'all know, if y'all say Peterbilt 3 times in a row, Junior Honduras magically pops up out of nowhere. So, you know, we'll keep the Peterbilt talk to a minimum, and hopefully Junior's out there sleeping somewhere. Let's see. New America equals poor service and inflated prices. Yes. Thank you very much for the kind words. Without experiencing it, I would say it's like a combined PST TNT program that lasts 2 months. That is a very accurate description. That makes a lot of sense to me. Ross is a hater. Dang, putting out my real name on my own channel. Dang. Y'all are wild. And then I said it out loud, so I don't, you know, I'm not helping. Do you know why that guy sold his Landstar truck to Travis? Travis told me the reason he was getting out. I want to say he bought a new truck. That's a wild guess. I would like to say he bought a new truck. I think. I don't know. I would have to ask Travis. He must have had his doors blown off by a Pete. You know what? I'm gonna let you have that one, Matt. I'm gonna let you have it. For that kind of money for a truck, they should put a bathroom and toilet in them. Those trucks are super expensive. Those kind of trucks are going for like $280,000, $300,000. It's literally a, you know, a studio, or not a studio home. It's a studio apartment on wheels for sure, but like, that's the price of a house for that kind of truck, because it basically is. It's a house. The guy bought another old truck and sold Travis. Ah, see, I was right. So he bought another truck. New trucks seem hard to come by now because of chip shortages. Yes. Yes, they are. Now that I'm finally caught up on comments, I had it in the back of my mind this whole time that I actually wanted to actually talk about, and completely lost it. Yeah, he saw it on the side of the road. Yeah, that Peterbilt was on the shoulder, because I'm faster and more reliable. And I can say that. I know someone's going to come out, because they always do. Someone's going to come on here and say, I just said it. Volvos are reliable. I have not broken down in this. I semi-broke down once, but it was like a press of a button and it was fixed. So technically that doesn't count. My Volvo is more reliable than a Peterbilt. I'm gonna say that. It is. I take care of my truck. You know, Peterbilt drivers, y'all are. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna get into it. Pete and Ken are very much old school truckers. You seem to kind of go against the quintessential trucker. I wanted to Pete, but with the Cummins versus the Packard. Did your truck drive better than the Freightliner? Yes. I hate working on Volvos. A lot of people hate working on Volvos. What's good? When do you think the truck prices will come down, used and new? When the market crashes. There's no telling right now. If I were to take an educated guess, these prices will probably remain the same, at least for the first part of next year. probably until the third quarter of next year. I don't. If the freight's still high, the trucking prices are going to be high because they're in demand. You know, that's why the prices got jacked up, because the freight market went up. So those of us who are already in the freight market, we're doing great. But those of us trying, you know, for people trying to get into the market, they're having to pay an arm and a leg for a truck that's worth like a third of whatever the price they're asking for. But people buy it, you know, people buy into the industry just to get a piece of that freight market. You know, boom, inflation. That's how inflation happens. Saying your Volvo is more reliable than a Pete isn't saying much. Low standards. You're right. You're right. But it still is, so. And the old Mac. Oh yeah. So my buddy has a Mac truck, and at first he liked it, but now he doesn't. And I don't know if it's because of performance or something else going on with his Mac, but he liked it at first. I don't know what happened. 2022 going to be a good year for trucking. Yeah. Cannot wait. What's your expectations on the freight price next year? They should remain exactly where they are right now. Freight market is gonna. I believe the freight market is gonna be high all next year. I strongly believe that. I work right down the road from Prime, and that's pretty much all we got in the shop. Lots and lots of Prime trucks getting in wrecks. Which shop do you work at? I think I know. Is it the? Do you work at the shop that's across from the or next door to is it MHC? Is it MHC? I don't remember. The first time we break down and sit on the side of the road, then we can talk about reliability. Talk to you next week. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you guys are at home anyway. But when you guys do break down, I want you to call me. MAC, boom. Look how good I am. See? I got lost. Expectations, yeah, breakdown, yeah. Would you say waiting a year or two before looking to purchase is a good idea? I would say it depends on your situation. Like, if your situation, it's very situational. It's very situational. Like, obviously, no time, you know, waiting no time is, like, now is a perfect time to get into trucking. But if you want to get into trucking at a fair market price, then, and you can afford to wait, then I would say wait. But if, you know, if you can't, then you can't. But if you can, then you can. So, like, it kind of depends. It's on. I would say it's a case by case basis. If they put the Cummins back in the Volvo, I consider getting a Volvo. You can absolutely order a Cummins engine with a Volvo. MHC, yeah, see. My Freightliner been pretty good. Currently riding around with a DPF code until I get to Prime 1 because Petro couldn't fix it. That sounds like a dealership issue, unfortunately. Well, I'm getting tired, bro. Feels good to see you on live again. It's getting on 10 o'clock. Is it really? Oh my god, dude. I gotta be up in like 3 hours. Oh, that's not true. Let me see. It's 10 o'clock your time. I don't know what time it is my time. But I know I have to take a nap and get back up. I only drove a half day today. But it was good talking to you, Adam. I hope you have a great night, buddy. How do you feel about driving? How much home time versus driving time do you get? I'm thinking about it here and there. I love driving. I absolutely love driving. For someone like me, like I don't have like a wife and kids at home. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a girlfriend to like go home to. So it's really just me out here. That's something that you should really think about. Like, if you have a family, really discuss truck driving with your family before you decide to become a truck driver. Because if you try and do it without the support of your family, it's going to be really, really difficult. Now, I also say, if you're in a situation like me, it's really just me, you know what I mean? Now, when I first started, I did have a girlfriend, and so I you know, had a conversation with her about it before I became a truck driver, and she was okay with it. But if you have the support of your family, being a truck driver becomes a whole lot easier. So I would talk with them about it. As far as the latter part of that question, home time versus driving time, it depends on what company you're with. Like with Prime, I don't remember what their earnings were like. I don't remember how often. Like, I didn't go home that often at Prime. When I was at Prime, I went home like every 2 to 3 months. Here at Landstar, I used to go home every other week. I don't do that anymore, but I go home just as often as I want to now. Let's see. Is Freightliner cheaper because there are a lot of them on the road? I would say so. Well, no. I would say they're cheaper because they're easier to fix. You know what I mean? They last longer. So, well, I guess I don't really know. No, I don't know how to answer that question. I hate to answer that question. I don't really know. I'm not sure. Talk about agent playing games on the load board. I did. Like, as far, I think I answered it earlier, but as far as that last video about, you know, the brokered agents on at Landstar, I tell you guys the good and the bad at Landstar, and that was probably what, my first or second negative video. Good Lord. Stuff like that does not happen all the time. It happens every once in a while, sure, but it doesn't happen that often. But it is something that happens, which is why I did the video about it. But you know, they don't really. I mean, they play games sometimes. Like, the bait and switch is a real thing. For those of you who don't know, bait and switch is an agent posting a load on the board, but that load magically is no longer available. It was posted less than a minute ago. They'll say, oh, that load isn't available anymore. However, we do have this load going to this whole nother state that you didn't ask about. So that's what's called bait and switch. Like, the air is so dry up here. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh God, I feel like I'm dying up here. So yeah, so bait and switch is a real thing. As you know, like I mentioned in the video, having a call on the load and like, oh, hold on, let me figure out, you know, the details and appointment times on the customer, let me put you on hold. Like, agents do that, you know, unless you're doing direct shipper. And again, I'm only specifically talking about Landstar. I'm not talking about load boards in general. But you know, Landstar, we have something called direct shippers. They have all the information that they basically need for the load, you know, right there when you call. If it's brokered freight, they have, you know, that agent has to call whatever agency is actually in charge of that load, and that person has to get in touch with the customer. Or sometimes it's just agent customer, but normally it's agent, I can't remember what that middle person's called. It's agent company customer. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to go through these channels and they gotta place you on hold. Me, I'm to the point now, like, if you place me on hold for more than 45 seconds, I'm hanging up. So if you need that load moved, you'll call me back. Click. You know what I mean? So a lot of times that'll happen, and I'll hang up and I'll call other agents, and then someone will call me back like, hey, you called about, you know, I got a missed call from this number, or hey, we just discussed a load, seeing if you're still interested. And my response every time is like, I don't know what load you're talking about. I've literally been on the phone, you know, I've called 6 people already. So like, if you can remind me, you know what I mean, then I'll know what you're talking about. So that stuff happens, man. I got really far behind, and I'm coming up on an hour. All right, I'm gonna try and get through these comments really quickly. If you have last minute questions that I can answer quickly, try and put them in there. But I am gonna get through all these comments before I end the live. I am gonna say, I am extremely thankful for all of you guys following me on my journey. I cannot believe we got 3,500 subscribers. It's insane to me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna make a video about that. But let me get through these comments real quick. I really wish this dude will turn off his freaking radio. I keep looking up because it sounds like someone's hitting the side of my truck. But it's this guy's like base next to me. And I'm not even in a truck stop. Like I'm parked at a customer. It's ridiculous. All right, quick. From the dealer maybe, but Prime won't let you try getting it in the Pete, but they said no. Not sure what that's about. Yes, sir. Thanks. Be safe on the road. I will, even though I know you're gone already, Adam. Out in the open market, you can get a truck exactly how you want it. You could. I would have a girlfriend in every state. I don't have game like that. Like, I'm so glad he left. I barely know how to talk to people, let alone talk to different women at the same time. So I'm not capable of doing something like that. Yeah, but it's more expensive, especially since I've already got a shaker. Well, I have a girlfriend and a daughter that I only get to see once every week or two. Would the money be worth it to completely help take care of them? Yes. Now, again, that every week or two is going to change depending on what company you go to. But yes, the revenue that you could earn in the trucking industry is well worth the sacrifice if you can handle it and you have that support. Yeah, absolutely. Florida is cheap. Nope. Freightliner is cheap because they're throwaway trucks. I don't have an opinion on that. We some lone wolves made to conquer the females. No. I'm just me. I'm 42 and I've just been waiting till the kids grew up and the wife is ready to ride. The chase is on now. You should do it. You should do it. They play games on day of loads. Not for me. I usually get pretty good responses of day of loads. But I don't want to give away my secrets. Glad to see you with some high quality H2O. Essential. All right, this video is not brought to you by Essentia whatsoever. However, I really love Essential water, and I have that bottle, and I've got 2 more in my fridge. And I actually need to stop and get some more because I go through them like daily. The old bait and switch sounds like Uber. Oh, like Uber Freight. Bait and switch is also where it's posted for $3,500. They can only pay $2,700. Funny story about that, Matt. I'll call you here in a minute. Would you drive teams with a friend to save money to buy a truck if you were me after being off the road 5 years? Yeah, I would. I absolutely would. If I had a goal in mind, I can, like the way that I look at it, if I have a goal in mind or I have something that I want to accomplish, I know by any means necessary, I'm going to do exactly what I need to do in order to accomplish that goal. I.e., I wanted a Volvo. I got one. I wanted to come to Landstar. I came to Landstar. I wanted to be home more often. I go home. You know what I mean? So like I'm very like goal oriented. I try to be. Like don't cut me some slack. But whenever I set a goal that I know I want to attain, like when I first came to Prime, I knew that we had to go through TNT. I knew 50,000 miles. I'm sorry, I had to do 30,000 miles, I think. But I think I ended up staying with my trainer until 37,000 or 40,000 miles. But I knew it was going to test my patience. Like I knew it was going to be hard, and I ended up, like it was tough sometimes. But I'm adaptive, so like I can dig down and deal with some situations to meet a certain goal. So yeah, I would absolutely team with a friend in that situation. Just like cardio, we just sold that car, but we have this one. Yes, exactly, Bill. I'm out, brother. Thank you for the live. You're very welcome to this Big D, even though I know you're not here anymore. TV was not significant other sucks. A lady friend has offered me the opportunity to help me get on my feet. Ooh, ex-girlfriend. Let me come back to that. Never mind, Matt said it. Run. Yeah, that's, especially with an ex-girlfriend, I don't know, man. I don't think you guys understand, like the truck is a small space, man. So if you and your ex don't get along, like not cordial, like if you guys are exes for a reason, being in a truck together is not a good idea. Does Landstar Lcap have a discount on super singles and duels? Yes. Yes, they do. Yo, buddy, I got past the engine pre-trip working on body cab and fifth wheel. Oh, for the pre-trip. Yeah, that pre-trip is something else, man. But you can get it. Don't try and memorize the words. Try and memorize the parts, like actually looking at the engine. It'll help your memorization better. Yeah. That was always my my suggestion whenever I did the pre-trip with my PSD students. I would have them, you know, instead of just reading the paper and memorizing the words, it's a lot better if you can actually point at the stuff and see it. So once you see it, you're able to retain it a lot better, because you know, you can put an object with a word and not just like, okay, A, B, C, D, E, you know what I'm saying? What do you think a good saving amount is to start leasing with Prime? I started leasing with Prime. I think I saved up like, I didn't save up that much when I leased at Prime. Like, I was a company driver for a year. I think I saved up like roughly maybe about $3 or $4 grand. But I mean, I didn't even touch savings when I went lease. So I don't think there's a set saving amount to go lease. Like, if you're gonna go lease, man. Now, if you're gonna go lease, be smart about it. That's for sure. But I don't think there's a set saving amount. Does Prime let you take a regular lease truck to other companies? No, they do not. It was good listening to your live. Have a good night, man. Thanks, Alex, man. I like to team drive, and my girl can't hardly drive my Cummins. Thanks for stopping in, Alex, man. It means a lot to me, and I hope I was able to answer your question. My throat is super dry. Excuse me. Lord, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I hope I was able to answer your question appropriately or accurately. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. What's the average miles do you drive weekly? Roughly about 2 to 23 to 2,500. Between 2 and 2,500, or 18 and 2,500. It really depends. No girls, just money. That's right. I mean, not really. I mean, I like girls just as much as the next man, so. But this money is, you know. Try sparkling ice flavored water, kicking my soda habit. I'm gonna try that. I really need something to like stop me from drinking a whole bunch of soda. But like, that's why I keep buying like Essential by the boxes, so I can stop drinking so much freaking soda. Not brought to you by Essential, exactly. But man, that high pH balance is so good for you. I love Essential, man. This live is not brought to you by Essential. I love Essential though, for real. It's like the only water that I drink. I went lease straight out of TNT. See, like, I know success stories of people who went lease straight out of their training. I personally didn't, but I know a lot of people who did, and they're doing great. So, I mean, I don't have an opinion whether you should do one or the other more so, you know what I mean? No, me and her are cool. There's a big age difference that led to me moving on. She's offering me the opportunity to stack some bread, and I can't read that. I mean, I mean, if you're doing it to accomplish a goal, I mean, the first part, not the second part of your statement, but the first part. I mean, if y'all are cool about it, you know, cordial about it, then, you know, why not? That's okay. That makes sense now. Looking like a 90 West Coast rap artist. Thought that was a perm. A perm? I ain't got no perm. I guess it kind of looks like that if I lean back, because it looks all together. No, man, this is my regular hair. Man, my hair's gotten long since I started my channel. You know, that's something I'm probably going to do this weekend. I'm going to go back and watch some of my old videos and probably cry, because I know it's going to be terrible. But I want to see how long. I've been growing my hair now for just about 2.5 years. So I want to see the progress on that. I'm almost caught up too. How was you able to take your truck from Prime to Landstar? I bought it. Oh, thank you, man. I wish maybe later with the paid off straight check. Yeah, so I actually bought my truck from Prime. It was a regular lease. They would not allow me to change it over to lease purchase, so I did them one better and bought it from them entirely. So yeah, that's how I got my truck to Landstar, because I own it. Sorry. So before my throat tears me apart, to soak in other stuff, it definitely offered me an opportunity to save and buy my own truck in a year or two. Yeah, if you guys can absolutely make it work, I would say why not? You know what I mean? I would say why not? I'm a rock star. Thanks so much. I'm up here in, like, I'm pretty sure it's like 18 degrees outside, if not colder. Actually, I can tell you exactly what it is. But I need to get off of here. Apparently I can't tell you what the temperature is because my iPad sucks. Yeah, it's 25 degrees and my throat hurts. But I really want to thank all you guys for coming onto the live. I want to thank all of you guys for supporting me and following my journey. That really means a lot to me. I enjoy hanging out and answering comments and interacting with you guys. I need to go to sleep. I know I'm gonna study for at least another 30 minutes before I go to bed though. But I appreciate you guys coming into my live. If you have any questions or have any follow-up questions for anything I talked about in the live, ouch. In my description, my Instagram is in there, my email is in there. Either one of those, you can leave a comment on any one of my videos. I read every single comment. I just want you guys to be safe and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to everyone. I'm running. I've slowly ran out of steam, so I ran out of, thoughts in my head. You made the right move at the right time. People selling 2019. See, I told you guys value my truck, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Shout out Discord. Oh, I can't. What is it? I forgot. It's last spot in the lot on Discord. If you go over to No Luck Trucking's page, I believe it's in his description because I know it's not in mine. Sorry. And I don't have the link because my phone is up there. But anytime you guys want to talk to me, you can catch me on Discord and last spot in the lot, or if you're in the other one with driver lineup, I'm in that one as well. Outside of that, I gotta get off here before my before my throat betrays me in a not good way. So if you guys are thinking, you might as well do it logically. As always, be safe, have a happy holidays, kiss your families, tell them you love them, do everything you gotta do, and I'll see you guys on the next live or the next recorded video, whatever comes first. But happy holidays and be safe.